Hello, everybody. So, my name is Wendy, and this is Bodies in Balance. And Bodies in Balance is a nice combination of various movement techniques. So, movement techniques such as structural movement in dance. We have some yoga technique that we practice. We have some Qigong technique that we practice. And we practice just some nice, easy meditative movement as well. So, shoes are optional. If you need to have that stability, have them on your feet. And we are going to start standing, but then we'll finish class either sitting on a chair or on the floor. And I will give direction for both. If you're going to sit on the floor, you might want to have a little cushion available. Yeah. And so we're actually going to start by coming into the foundation of our feet. And so if you're more comfortable taking an easy walk in place, take an easy walk in place, and you're just going to let the shoulder girdle become soft. In fact, while we're all here in place, let's take a breath as we take this easy walk. Take a breath so we can come into that sense of our respiration. Let's do that again. Doesn't matter where your arms reach to, just take a breath. And we're going to take one more. And then I'm going to give you some loose direction in a walk, right? So you can stay in place. Let your arms hang from your shoulders. So I'm going to begin a bit of a movement through space, and I'm going to take it slowly. And maybe if you're going to join me moving through your space, you start with just a forward trajectory, right? Moving to the front like we typically do in what we call pedestrian walking. And as we're moving, let's put our attention down in the soles of our feet. So again, you can do the same thing if you are walking in place. Put your attention into the first area you feel your foot strike the floor, and just do a normal walk. We're not trying to stylize anything. Just do a walk. Where do you feel the foot as it meets the floor and then it rolls down into your weight shift? Let's bring our awareness to that deep attentiveness. Now, I want to invite you to start varying your walk. So maybe you're going to take some backward steps as well. This is nice because it ensures you're aware of what's in your space. You're not going to trip on it. So again, where's your awareness as that foot meets the floor and rolls down into your weight shift? And we're not trying to hold the arms in any particular position. Just let gravity gently pull down on that shoulder girdle. And then when you can, give yourself a little side-to-side variation as well. So maybe that's a gentle rock, side to side. You can vary the rocks, forward, backward. I'm going to be quiet for these next few breaths so that again you can come into the soles of your feet. And then as it feels available, can we time it to where one step is an in-breath and one step is an out-breath? So have to leave that timing to you. Where is that comfortable for you? Yeah, one in-breath, one out-breath. Try not to struggle with the pace of your breath. In keeping with one in-breath, 1 out breath per step. Make your way back to where you're going to be standing in class if you're not already there. And continue movement, 1 breath in one direction, 1 breath in the other direction. Now, bring those feet side by side. Keep the shift going side to side. We're going to add 1 in breath, 1 out breath, adding the shoulder girdle, right? So a little lift through the rib cage as well. So take an inhale, doesn't matter what direction you're going in. Arms come up. Exhale, shift the other direction, arms come down. And do that again. Inhale and exhale. Now, this is going to segue into 1 leg in the front, 1 leg in the back. Again, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be treating it as if I mirror you now. So I'm going to step forward with my right leg, which is my left leg, really. It's your right leg if you want to be on that side. Inhale forward, exhale back. Now let's keep our feet flat for these first few shifts. Inhale forward, exhale back. And I want to say that it's better that you don't stand on a tightrope. So if your right foot or your front foot is in line with your back foot, you're going to be a little teeter-tottery there, right? Great balance awareness, but see if you can open it out a bit. We're working for ease right now at the beginning of class. Yeah. So to make the shift happen, we're pushing off of the weighted foot. Easy in breath, easy out breath. Now you can keep your feet flat. If you want to start articulating, the back heel comes up. And as we sit back, the front toes and ball of foot come up. Getting a little more movement through the ankle, through the foot. It's important that we maintain as much articulation in our feet as we can. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Now we're going to take 1 more with this leg in the front. And then when you shift back, step your front leg back, come into a side-to-side shift. And let that side-to-side shift change the other leg to the front. Again, it might be a different leg than I have in the front, right? Once you get it there, take an inhale forward, keep the feet flat, and take an exhale back. And again, we're trying to find as much ease in the movement as we can. It's as if the full lungs with the inhale make the rib cage and arms buoyant. And then as we exhale, we're not so buoyant anymore. Yeah. Easy in breath, easy out breath. What do you notice about the transfer of weight on the soles of your feet? Anytime you want to start peeling through the feet, you can. Heel up in the back. Ball of foot and toes up in the front. And we're not forcing that articulation. We're just letting it happen as a natural consequence of the shifting. Yeah. Couple more on this side. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring that front leg back. Take that easy side-to-side shift. And we want to place our feet where we feel like we've got a good foundation underneath the body. So what is that for you? Yeah. So as you're ready, plant them down there. Give your toes some length. And we're going to inhale, gently open to the side. Now exhale, sweep the arms forward and give that middle upper back a little rounding. Maybe knees a little bend. Now let's inhale, come up over the top. And we're going to exhale, open the arms, and place the hands on the upper shelf of your hips. So you can give your buttocks a little engagement to create a shelf. Now we're going to inhale, find some length. So give the rib cage a bit of a lift, elbows point toward the back. And then with our exhale, we're going to sweep the hands down and forward. Inhale, lower down. Sweep forward again. Exhale, little rounding. Come on down with that in-breath. And exhale forward. Now this time, inhale up over the top again. Exhale, open. Place the hands on the shelf of the hips. Let's inhale, take an engagement. Easy lift. Exhale, easy sweep and swing forward. Inhale, lower the arms, find some length. Maybe the chest lifts a bit. Swing forward again. Exhale. Lower the arms, swing down. Inhale, lift. We're going to take that one more time all the way through. So exhale forward. From here, we're going to lift again. Inhale. Now this time, as you exhale and open, you can either place hands on hips or find a clasp back here. Open clasp or closed clasp. Let's take our inhale lift. Inhale, find your lift. Now this time we're not going to sweep yet. Exhale, release, soften, keep the hands where they are. We're going to do that again. Inhale, find your lift. Exhale, ease up on that. We're going to do that lift one more time. Inhale, find that easy rib cage lift. And sweep it forward with your exhale. Now we're going to open the arms. Inhale. Take an easy side bend. Where is that for you? Maybe you need to put your bottom hand on your leg to support your back. Yeah, maybe not. Inhale, come up through center. Root those feet down there. Exhale. Easy side bend. Inhale, come up through center. We're going to take one more of those each side. Exhale. And inhale, come up. And last side, exhale. Inhale, come back up through the center. And with the exhale, we're going to lower the arms down. Now, you can keep your feet where they are, or you can step them side by side. We're coming into our what we call swimming dragon. It's very fluid. Feet side by side allow you to kind of zip up through your midline a bit. You can squeeze inner thighs together. If that's an uncomfortable place to be, if you feel teeter-tottery side to side, keep that distance between the feet. And then we form what's called an inverted triangle with the hands. And we just place it on the lower belly. Soften your shoulders. Lengthen up through your head top. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. And then with your next inhale, match your palms, palm to palm, bend your knees as your hands pull up through your center. And then with your exhale, start an easy side to side movement. Now, arms, upper body go in one direction. If it's comfortable for your lower back, if it's okay, your hips can go in the other direction. If that's too much movement and your lower back is taking a bit of a hit on that, then I suggest you keep that pelvis in its stable position and you take just that upper body. Now, whether you're taking a bigger movement or not, of course we have the lower belly engaged a bit. And even though we're moving the hips side to side, that's giving that lower back some stability. Yeah. Now we're going to do a couple sets and we're going to have more options here in a minute. Now we're all going to come up through the center on an in-breath, so find some length. And with that exhale, come on down and place that inverted triangle on your belly. Take an in-breath and out-breath. Soft shoulders, everybody. And then on our next inhale, we match the hands. We pull them up the midline. We bend the knees. And you can stay in that pretty much the same plane, side to side, if that's best for you. For those of you that can, you can start varying your height a little bit. If you're going to vary your height, if you're going to come down, it is basically a squat. We're not taking the knees forward. It's more the hips sitting back. Knees will come forward a little bit, of course, because they're bending. But you want to counterbalance that forward action with the hips sitting back. Yeah, it's more protective for your knees. So if you can go there, maybe you're going to try that. Maybe you have an inhale on one side and an exhale on the other side. It's also stabilizing if you gently press your palms together. Gives the shoulder girdle a bit more stabilization here. Now we're going to inhale, come up through the center. You can stay flat-footed, or you can give those heels a bit of a rise. And let's come on down, everybody. We're going to do one more set. Place the hands on the belly. Soften the shoulders. Take an in-breath and out-breath. And then on your next inhale, we match. Little engagement, palm to palm. Pull on up. Where's the movement best for you? Maybe that pelvis is stable and you're just moving from the shoulders. Maybe a little bit of rib cage in there. Maybe you're doing the full Monty here and you're just really getting some depth and getting some variation between direction, hips and upper body. Swimming dragon. This is a Qigong movement. Get some nice tissue squeezing, opening, some nice fluidity through the various movable parts of the body, and still staying stable because that core is engaged. Now let's all take an in-breath. Come on up. Maybe you're going to take a heel rise, maybe not. We call that a releve in dance. Come on down. Low, hands on lower belly. Take a breath. Soften your shoulders. And lower those arms, everybody. Now we're going to keep our feet close-ish, and we're going to rotate open from the hips. I'm going to bring us into a Tai Chi preparatory posture. It's called preparation. The arms just get to hang, so we're going to start with an easy swing. And what's so beautiful about this particular movement is it gives us time to really come into how we shift weight and sensitivity in turning the body. Yeah, working with breath. Let your arms slow down. So heels are in toward the center, toes pointing out because we're rotating from the hip socket, not the lower leg. Take an in-breath. With your exhale, sink down on the right leg. So shift there, bend that knee, step your left foot open and turn it to parallel, knee and toes to the front. Now we're going to take an easy shift there. Your hips are going to turn where your right toes are pointing. We're going to shift back, square back up to the front, and we're going to float that foot right back into where it was, turned out a bit. Inhale up through center. Exhale, shift to the left, give a bit of a sink depending on where your knee is, and step that right leg open, parallel, shift to it, easy turn, just like the body's blown by a breeze. Come on back, square your body back up and float that right leg back in. Inhale, come up through center. Sink down on that right side, and that left leg becomes so buoyant it just floats open to parallel. Inhale, shift and turn. Exhale, come back to the center and float that leg in, and we're ready. So I'm going to call off breath if you want to try it. Inhale, center. Exhale, sink down on the left side. Inhale, step the right leg open and take your easy shift. Exhale, shift back, float in. Stand up through center. Inhale. Sink down on that right side. Exhale. Left steps open. Inhale, take your shift. Exhale, shift back. Float that leg in. Now we're going to take one more on the other side. Inhale, lengthen through center. Sink down on the left. Exhale. Inhale, step open and shift. What do you notice about your feet? Come on back with that in breath. Float it on in. I actually think that's your out breath. And come back to the center, everybody. We're going to walk those feet back open. Walk them back open. And we're going to come into a parallel position again. A little wider than hips. Yeah. And let's come into a breath. Let's inhale, open the arms. And exhale, float on down, everybody. Let's do that again. Inhale, open. And exhale, down. Now we're coming into some movement for the rib cage. We're coming into what's called Great Bear Swimming and Rowing the Boat. So I'm going to come forward for a bit. We're going to reach forward, and the backs of the hands are going to come toward one another. Knees are bent, and we can round upper middle back if that feels good. So this is an internal rotation of the shoulders, right? Then we're going to inhale, press back open, and externally rotate. Turn those palms up. And then we're going to exhale, swing it on through, and bring backs of hands toward one another, right? Inhale, open, find a rotation, open when you can. And we're going to exhale, sweep it forward, internal rotation. Inhale, sweep back. And exhale, forward, rotate. Inhale, Great Bear Swimming. So I'm going to be quiet so you can find your own flow in this. Your shoulders are going to let you know where it's best to take your rotations. A few more like that, everybody. Now we're going to take one more, then we're going to take just the opposite movement. Now, with the arms in the front, we're going to swing back with the inhale. Swing back and lift. Exhale, forward and down. So if I turn to the side, make sure you work with a range that feels safe for you. Your range might be pretty small. You might need to keep an upright body. Yeah. Some of you can take a bit of a rib cage lift as the arms come up in the back, and then that gentle rounding as they come forward. Yeah. And in that particular movement, really the arms are just following the large muscles of the trunk, right? They're the activators here. We're supported because we are engaging the belly, right? That gives support all the way around to the back. Maybe your arms are coming into a big movement. Maybe that's not comfortable for your shoulders, and maybe you're just doing a little movement from the elbow joints. Where is it good for you? And this is rowing the boat. Couple more like that. Now this time as the arms come down, give them an easy swing. Easy swing. Maybe your knees are going to do an easy knee bob. Find looseness, softness in the shoulder joint. So when I say looseness, I mean softness, right? We don't want our connective tissue to be lax. But it's softness in that shoulder joint. And we're going to take those feet, we're going to step them wider. Coming into a turned out position again, and take a gentle shift side to side. Make sure that position feels supportive for your body, right? Too wide, you don't feel like you've got a foundation. That's manageable. Too narrow, you don't have enough range. Now, this movement that we're coming into, you have an option to shift or not to shift. Make sure your turnout is such that your knees can stay open, right? If you're trying to turn out too far, that's hard. So keep it manageable. Yeah. This is called Bodhidharma at the wall. Very meditative movement. We're going to inhale, bring that right arm up through center. So I'm going to do a few without turning. We exhale. Well, we inhale, open the right arm. Sorry, everybody. We exhale, open the left arm, and we look in that respective direction. We inhale, lift up through center. You can lengthen legs there. And then with the exhale, we come down through center. If your knees can tolerate a knee bend, you take a knee bend there. And then the left arm leads. We inhale, open left arm. Exhale, open right arm. We inhale, come up through center. And we exhale, press down. So I'm going to start a shift. If you're not shifting, do that same exact thing. Right arm. Inhale. Left arm, exhale. So if you're shifting, you shift in that same direction. We inhale, lift through center. Exhale. This is very grounding press down through center. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, lift. Find that buoyancy. Exhale, find that grounding. Right side. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale through center. Exhale down. Left side. Inhale. This can be very strengthening for the legs, particularly, continue right, if you're taking the knee bends. When dance, what we call a plie, second position plie. We're going to do a couple more sets. To the right. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale up through center. Exhale, easy. Press down through center. Last time, left lead. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, press down. Now take an easy shift side to side. Maybe you're going to find a little fluidity in that upper body, if that feels good for your back. We're going to let this shift walk the feet in as we shift. Walk those feet back into center until they're right underneath the body. Now, some of you might need a supportive anchor here. And so if you need a chair back, this is where you'll want to grab your chair and have that chair back to reach out to. We want to make sure it's not in the way of any movement we're going to do with our feet. So place it to where you can move your legs around. What we're going to be doing actually is taking a bit of a sweep from upper diagonal to the front. Yeah. So it's there if you need it. If you don't need it, you don't need it. So we're going to start with a breath. Take an inhale. Exhale, come on down, shift to this left leg, put your hands on your hips, and you're going to tack your right foot inside your left foot. We're stabilizing the pelvis here. Easy shoulders. Your right toes can be on the floor, or if you want to work on balance, you're getting a little air underneath that foot, reaching straight up through the head top, not sinking into the left hip. It's under the shoulder. Yeah. Take an inhale. Open this right knee with your exhale. Not so far that your pelvis turns there. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, open. Inhale, center. So really the only thing we're doing right now is rotating from the hip socket. Exhale, open. We're going to take one more. Inhale, center. Now exhale, open. Stay there. Take an inhale. We're going to extend the leg. Exhale, tap it in. Inhale, pull in. So you're just hinging from that knee joint now. Exhale, extend. Inhale, pull in. Exhale, extend. We're going to take one more. Inhale, pull in. Now we're going to exhale, extend, keep it there. Open your arms. Now bring the leg to the front. Try and take an inhale as we come in. Exhale as we open. If you need hands on hips, put them on your hips. It's kind of nice to add the arms for this. Inhale forward. Exhale, open. Again, we're not opening so far that we're turning the pelvis. Inhale forward. Exhale, open. One more. Inhale forward. Exhale, open. Now we're going to fold that foot right back into the ankle. Now, if you have a few more movements you can do, let's do them. If you need to take a break, take a break. Otherwise, draw the foot up the leg and bring it right back down. I know that left hip is talking to us. Draw that foot up the leg and come right back down. Now we're going to drop and stay there for those that want to stay. Can you stay for a couple of breaths? If not, come out of it. Yeah, we're going to wobble. Hey, it happens. And come on down with control. Bring that foot to parallel. Take an easy walk. Maybe you need to do a little gooey movement for those hips, right? All right, everybody. We're going to do that on the other side. Then we're going to do a modified version, which will take us to some work in the back. So we're going to come on over this right leg. A little itch here. Come on over this right leg. Tap that left foot inside, hands to the hips, soft shoulders. Yeah. Take your in-breath. And with your exhale, be sensitive to how far you can rotate and then stop before the hips start to turn. Inhale, center. We really want to target the rotating muscles of the hips. Exhale, open. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. Are you scrunching your supporting toes up? Inhale, center. That doesn't help. Now we're going to exhale, open. Stay there. Stay there. Maybe you want to add arms here. Take an inhale. With the exhale, find that extension. Give it a tap in. Inhale, pull in. Exhale, give it a tap in. Two more. Inhale, pull in. Exhale, give it that tap. Now we're going to do one more and keep it out there. Inhale, pull in. And exhale, let's sweep it to the front. Inhale, front, stay lifted on that supporting leg. Exhale, open. Be sensitive to how far you go without rotating the pelvis over there. Come center. We're simply rotating from the hip socket, not from the lower spine, which, got a little balance issue there. Open out. Yeah, that's good training. Come back to the center. Lift up through those head tops, everybody. Now exhale, open. Now we're going to fold it back in. Fold it back in. If you've got a little bit more juice in you, let's draw up the leg and exhale down. Do that again. Draw up the leg. How's that core engagement? Exhale down. Now, come on up one more time. Come on up. Maybe you're going to stay there. Maybe you're ready to close it out. Where's your balance? Where's your focus? We're going to wobble. Yeah. And come on down. Come back to parallel. Come on into that easy shift. So, we're wobbling beings. We've got separate parts that are going to move separate of the other parts. What's going to help that stabilization is if we're thinking foot through the hip, through the shoulder, through the head top, right? If we're balanced on one leg. Yeah. All right, everybody. So a little bit of a modification of that. It's going to take that right leg around to the back, and we're going to do some work to the back. I'll end up turning around so you can see it better. So come on over to this left side. Stand tall. Tuck that right foot inside. Maybe hands are on hips. Maybe they're open. Let's take an inhale. Let's open that knee with the exhale. Just two of these. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, open. Take an inhale. Take your extension. Exhale. One more. Inhale, pull it in. Take your extension, exhale, keep it there. Sweep it forward. Inhale. Maybe you're going to add the arms. Exhale, open. One more. Come on forward. Inhale. Exhale, open. Now we're going to fold it back in through that low tree pose, low vrikshasana. Now we're going to take the leg to the back. So we're going to extend that leg back, everybody. Bend your front knee. Reach your arms forward. Plant that back heel. Here's our warrior one position. So pull the rib cage back over the hips. Pull the hip of the front leg back so the pelvis squares up a bit. Yeah. Now we're going to do a little rolling through this back foot and work with some balance. So we're going to inhale, shift forward, stand up on it. We're going to exhale, come on back, reach, anchor that heel. Inhale, roll through that back foot, stand up, head top up. Exhale, extend it back, anchor your heel. Couple more, everybody. Inhale, shift forward, head top, straight up, stand up on it. You can tap or get air back there. Exhale, reach it back. Now we're going to stand up. We're going to stay there. Inhale, stand up, stand up. Now we're going to open that leg to the back diagonal. Exhale, open the arms, not to the side, back diagonal with that leg. Come behind the body. Inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale, hands can be on hips. Squeeze behind the body. Exhale, open. Behind the hips. Inhale, one more. Exhale, open. Now, behind the hip, come back into that low tree pose. Maybe your arms are going to come up this time. Those of you that can come into a bigger tree pose, maybe you're going to reach down, pull that foot inside the thigh, or wherever you can pull up to. And then where can you find softness? Maybe it's hands on hips. Where's your drishti, your focal point? That helps. Take tension out of your jaw. How's your breath? Where are your wobbles? You're going to have wobbles. If you're wobbling towards your bent knee, put mind in the other hand, that other side of the body, or the elbow. Yeah? All right, everybody. With control, we're going to come right back down. Bring that foot to parallel. Come into that easy shift. That other foot might need a little articulation. We're going to do that on the other side. Yeah? So come on over. Find your length on that right leg. Tap that left foot inside. Maybe hands are on hips. Maybe arms are open. Take your inhale. Exhale, open, rotate. Inhale back to the center. We're going to exhale, open, keep it there. Take your inhale, lengthen through your head top. Exhale, extend, hinging from the knee. Inhale, fold it in. We're going to take it out there and hold this time. Exhale, keep it there. Sweep it forward. Inhale, forward. Exhale, open. Just one more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, open. Now hinge it in again. Hinge it in. Now we're going to lengthen that leg back. Take it back. Reach the arms forward. There's your counterbalance. Put that heel down behind you. Now take this hip of the front leg, pull it back a little bit. Square that body off. Now we're going to work with reaching and rolling through the foot. Let's inhale, reach forward, stand up on it. You can lift arms if you want. Exhale, bend that knee, reach it back, anchor that heel. Inhale, stand, push through your front heel, lift. Exhale back. So if you think very linear, forward at first and then straight up and then come on back. Now we're going to stand up, we're going to stay. Come on up, stand, stay. Maybe arms are up, maybe they're down. Let's open to that back diagonal. Open, so it's not a big movement with the leg. Come center. Do that again. Open. Maybe as that leg squeezes back, you want to reach above the body. Lift. Come into that opening sweep. Come back up. How's your breath? Opening sweep. I hope you're not holding it. Come back up. How about one more, everybody? Come on, open. Now come on up. We're going to fold that leg right back in. Maybe arms stay up there. Maybe you're going to lower them to the hips. Yeah. Maybe you can pull up with your own strength and then reach down for those of you that can nestle inside the thigh. That's not the goal, right? That's not the goal. It's where you're more stable. And because we have a bent knee, sometimes we tend to fall there. So where can you put mind in the other side of your body? Yeah, and we fall. I watched the cutest video over the weekend. Go ahead and come on out. Take that easy shift side to side. So this little boy was on his bike and he toppled to the side. That little guy caught himself on his hands, did like a little mini handstand, and he stood up and he looked at whoever was filming him and he just started to dance. It was just the cutest thing. Talk about a recovery. That's how we should all recover when we fall out of something, right? Take a breath. Take an inhale and a reach. And exhale. Come on down. So we just did some very placed movement. Take another inhale and a reach. And let's exhale. Come on down. So I'm going to bring this into a little bit more flow. We're going to take one leg forward, one leg back again. And let me gauge myself so I'm not half on my mat in the front and half off. And this is where we don't want to be in a tight rope. So it's not essentially a warrior one, right? We want to be able to fully sit back, lift our front leg, fully shift forward, lift our back leg. Yeah. Now just start an easy shift, front to back. You can roll through the feet if you'd like. We're going to be planting the feet here in a sec and taking a rib cage rotation. Yeah. All right, everybody. Now, as you're ready, plant those feet, come into that sense of your root, your groundedness. We're going to bring this right arm up through the center, sort of like Bodhidharma we just did, and open it. And then as we sit back, left arm comes up and it opens. And the arm opens because we're turning the body there. We turn right with the rib cage, we sit back, we turn left with the rib cage. If you want to add breath, maybe it's an inhale forward and an exhale back. Arms are very light. We actually want to have a sense that the arms are moving because the rib cage is moving. Not that we're muscling through that shoulder joint. So how buoyant can you allow yourself to be? You might be more comfortable if your front foot is more parallel and your back foot is more turned out a little bit. Yeah. But maybe not. This is where exploration with movement on your body makes the movement yours. Couple more on this side. Now we're going to take one more set. And then you're simply going to let walking, you can keep your arms going if you want, you're simply going to let walking shift and change the legs. How about that? You find a flow in that. Now go ahead and let the arms drop. Find that shift forward, backward. Maybe you're peeling the feet up a bit. Can you peel enough so one foot comes all the way off and one foot comes all the way off? Again, that ensures that we're not too long in the posture. It's much more manageable. And then as you're ready, plant your feet and let's start the arms. As we shift forward, take an inhale, lift through center, open. Exhale, lift through center, and with that turn, we open. Find a timing that works for your body, your breath. We'll take a couple more sets, everybody. And then as you feel ready, you can start that gentle walking with the feet until they come side to side again. And you do want them in the frame of your body now, and more on the parallelish side. And we're coming into a close of our standing work, and then we're going to head on down either to the floor or chairs. So plant those feet. We're going to take an easy in-breath. Pull the palms up through the center. Turn them up overhead as you can. And then we'll exhale, open the arms, and then swing them forward. That's all part of the exhale. We'll inhale, open to the side, and come into a side bend. What side bend works for you? Hand on lower leg, or bottom hand on leg, or maybe it's in front of the hips. Inhale, come up through center, other side. Exhale. Now inhale, come up through center. This time with the exhale, come on down. Give the knees a bit of a bend. Put your hands on your upper thighs. Sit your hips back at least a little bit. You're supporting yourself on your legs, so your back should be fine and belly is engaged. Some of you can sit deeper. Now we're going to inhale, give a bit of a rib cage lift in the front, like our hands and knees, cow, cat. Exhale, pull that belly back, round that spine. Let's do it again. Inhale, come on up. In Qigong, this is called shake head. Exhale, give a little rounding. Now one more like that. Inhale, come up. Exhale, pull that belly back and let that roll the body all the way back up. Let the arms hang. Make sure the pelvis is over feet, rib cage is over pelvis. Let's do that again. Inhale, pull up through center. Find the buoyancy of the rib cage. Exhale, open. Maybe they come behind you a bit, and then swing with that exhale. Inhale, open. Take a side bend that works for you. Maybe it's no arms if your shoulders are a little cranky, right? Inhale, come back up through center. Other side, exhale. Inhale, come back up, reach through that head top. We're going to come back down. Exhale, find your anchor, yeah? Now, let's inhale, lift again through center. Exhale, give a little bit of a rounded spine. Now do that again. Inhale, give your lift through center. Now exhale, find your rounded spine. We're going to do that one more time. And those of you that need to come up from the posture on your exhale, you're going to go ahead and come on up just like we did. Those of you that can go deeper, if you want to go deeper, go deeper. Maybe forearms come to legs. Maybe you're going to come into a full-on hang to finish your standing work. Those of you that came up out of it, you're either going to find a seat in a chair or on the floor, on a cushion preferably, but okay if you don't have a cushion, and we're going to meet you there. And those of you in your hang, maybe take another breath, and then we're going to engage that belly and come all the way up. Maybe you're going to support that back by walking up the legs. If you've been in your hang, we're going to let that blood come back out of the head before we find our seat. So you're either going to sit in your chair or you're going to sit on a cushion. I'm going to sit on a cushion. If you're in a chair, your feet are under your knees, yeah, feet on the floor. If we are on a cushion, either come into what we call Baddha Konasana, soles of feet together. If you're on a cushion, scoot yourself forward so the cushion is more toward the back of your hips. So you can come into Baddha Konasana, soles of feet together, or crossed leg position, whatever feels good to you. And we're going to come into some torso circling, everybody. So take an inhale, lengthen up through your head top. With your exhale, give a little round toward the back. and bring the rib cage to the right. See if you can take an inhale forward, and that's a long body. We're not rounded. But as we come through the back, we do round toward the back. There's our exhale. So long body as we take an easy tip through the front. And then exhale through the back. A couple more in this direction. Keep the shoulders soft. Now the next time we get around to the back, we're going to stay there. Take your exhale, empty your lungs. Now we're going to inhale, lengthen through center. So come on upright. Exhale, sink back. Again, if your ankles are crossed, maybe you're going to change which ankle is in the front. And we're going to reverse directions. We want to keep the pelvis rooted. So whether we're on the floor or we're in chairs, when we come to one side, root that other side of the pelvis down there so we don't tip, right? And a couple more, everybody. And at the back this time, stay, take your exhale. We're going to inhale, sit through center, find some length through your head top. With the exhale, we're going to turn to the right. We can just anchor outside that right leg. If you're in your chair and you want to bring your knee up, you can bring the knee up. And then we're just going to come through center and come to the other side. Inhaling center. Other side, everybody, take that exhale, turn. Now we're going to do that again either side. And those of us on the floor, if you want to come to Baddha Konasana, you can. And then as we turn, we can lift that knee and come back through the center. Last side, come on over, everybody. And come back to the center. Find an easy position to sit in. So whatever that is, if you're in the chair, that might mean that you just sit back against your chair back. If you're on the floor, you can sit with, stay in Baddha Konasana. You can sit crossed ankle. You can come to your shins, right? Let's find some softness for about the last minute of class. So, belly is still engaged, never so tight that we can't breathe well. Maybe you're finding some gentle movement, almost imperceptible movement through the neck and the head. What feels soft, easeful. It's a good time to check in with the jaw. Make sure it's not clenched. And then I want to invite all of us to come into the idea that with the crown of the head, top and set back a little bit, that we're drawing very small lines, circles, random shapes above the head. So again, the movement is almost imperceptible. All the while, the shoulders are dropping with gravity. And then we will let that movement come to a still point. And for the last few breaths, keep your focus on your breath. Where do you feel the breath as it enters the body and as it exits the body? let's begin to broaden our awareness. What do you see in your sight line, everybody? If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them. What do you see in your sight line? And let's come away from naming objects, and maybe we notice shape and texture and color and light and shadow. Let's join each other in closing breath. So inhale, take easy opening, maybe not with the arms. What feels good for you? Exhale, come back down through center. Do that again. If you're adding the arms, where are they going on this next breath? And exhale, everybody. Thank you so much for joining class today. Always a pleasure.